I have an interesting rule change for NFL overtimes. Now, one thing I do want to say is I do enjoy watching NFL overtimes as long as I'm not, I'm a Ravens fan, so when the Ravens are in overtime, I'm not happy. But when it's other teams, I do enjoy watching it. So from just a pure enjoyment standpoint, I don't think this would be a more entertaining. It would be entertaining, but I'm not saying that this would be massively more entertaining. It would be interesting, though. So my proposal for NFL overtimes is we get a representative from both teams to the center line, and we flip a coin. And what they do is they can either pick to try a conversion from a certain yard line or a kick from a certain yard line, and then the other team gets to pick if they want to be on offense or defense. So let me give you an example, because this might sound a little weird if you can't see a visual. So if the Ravens and Steelers go into overtime and the Steelers win the coin toss, they can say, we want to go for a conversion. We want the overtime to be decided by conversion from the 2.5 yard line. And then the Ravens can decide, okay, do we want to be on offense or defense? Or they can say, we want to do a kick from 52 yards out. And then the Ravens can say, we want to do the kick, or we want to be on defense for the kick. So I think, number one, this would be incredibly fascinating. Do teams want to do kicks? Or they'd be offering kicks, to be clear. But do teams want to do 2-point conversions from different distances? Do teams want to do kicks? It would also make it interesting if you have a really good kicker and the other team doesn't have a really good kicker and you propose a 51-yard kick. Something that's difficult, but for a good kicker is going to be made often. Or if you have if both teams have a super overpowered offense, how far back would you pick the yard? Because if it's from the 2 yard line, a good offense is always going to take that. If you go all the way back to the 3.5 yard line, are the good offenses still going to take that, or are they going to defer, etc., etc.? You kind of get the point. But I believe this would, number one, it would save a lot of injuries and a lot of wear and tear on these guys' bodies. I don't think football is the game where we can just keep going until there's a winner. You can do that for 1 week if it's the Super Bowl or if it's, an important playoff game, you do need a winner there. But too many of these games end in ties, and too many of these games ending up on the injury report at the beginning of the next week. So I would do coin toss, winning team gets to pick if it's a conversion or if it's a kick, and from what yard line, and the other team gets to pick if they want to be on offense or defense, and then we go from there. It'd be wildly entertaining. A long commercial break, we come back, and team says, I want to be on offense, or I want to be on defense. Bam! And we get to see the winner.